the table's shaking.
Oh, Jesus. Ouija board.
Welcome back to Alcohol Content. Sorry, I was just doing a little seance there.
Ouija board.
Needed to communicate with the spirits to make sure the elk spirits, make sure that this old elk that we're about to be drinking is good. But before we get into all that, who are we drinking with? We got Ryan.
Howdy.
Hi.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah. And we got Rick.
Yeah. Cheers.
Yep. And I am the seance master this episode. And
He just bought a Ouija board.
yeah, just bought a Ouija board.
You're the
And
seance fiance.
it turns out that I am in tune with the spirits. And so I'm actually starting my own TV show. I'm going to talk to people about their dead relatives. It's super easy. And I think I'm going to make a lot of money doing it.
oh my goodness. We should film a fake ghost show, but it's spirit hunters where we're just hunting whiskey.
Oh, that should be
Trademark copyright. Don't steal it.
Spirit hunters.
Well, I'll just bleep it out. Beep, beep. Yeah, it's a great idea.
Spirit hunters, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
We should probably check that nobody else has done
Yeah,
that.
we need to trademark that right now. But what are we drinking here? We're looking at an Old Elk, but it has a little purple little thing on there. What does that say? What we got going?
That means it's finished in an Armagnac cask.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's
What
bourbon
the
finished
hell
in
Arm and who?
Armagnac.
An arm and who?
yeah.
Arm and a
Arm and
leg,
hammer?
arm and a leg cask.
Yeah.
Arm and hammer?
What the hell is Armagnac?
I guess it's in a soda box. I'm not even
Yeah.
sure what we're talking about.
Yes, arm and hammer. I can't believe you're gonna make me do this. So Armagnac is the cousin to cognac. It's a French brandy made from grapes, distilled differently than cognac, but it's really good stuff. I love Armagnac. At some point, we'll do an episode where we try Armagnac. But yeah, it's kind of sweet. It's grape brandy. So that's what it was aged in. This was aged in. Finished in, at least. I don't
And
know how long.
basically, besides this, the distillate, so most Americans have heard of cognac.
If you've listened to any rap songs, you know about cognac.
Yeah.
All right?
For sure.
Yeah, but I mean, besides a little bit different distillation,
Got
perhaps
yak
the
in my
grape,
cup.
and besides the grapes might be different too. But
Yeah,
it's a different region, right? In France, like
Yeah.
Armagnac is that. I think that's south of the cognac region.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. They're basically neighboring regions.
So this is Old Elk is Greg Metz was the master distiller for MGP. So this is still Indiana source. So it's MGP or Ross and Squibb. And Greg Metz, this Old Elk is in Fort Collins, Colorado. So they hired Greg Metz away. Old Elk did, but because he knows what he had lagered away at Indiana, this is still juice from there. So besides it being finished in Armagnac cask, the other thing for Old Elk that makes it unique is that it's 34% malted barley. So it's the mash bill is 51% corn, then it's a very high barley mash bill, and then 15% rye.
Which it seems like that's what Old Elk likes to do.
Yeah, they do.
Crank up that
That's a
barley.
Greg Metz. That's sort of a signature.
Which we've had their cast strength
Yes.
of just their normal Old Elk juice.
Yes.
Which you can go watch that up here on the
Right.
corner of the screen.
We've had their weeded and stuff. This is aged 5 years, and this is close. I mean, it's 108.5 proof. So we're definite fans, but they started getting priced, like this one, MSRP's 90 to 100, or at least that's what I always see it around this area in. We got lucky and a store was discontinuing it, so I think we got this for $65 or something. But anyway,
It's a tough price point.
Yeah,
That you're putting yourself into
Yeah.
a box there at $100. Yikes.
For
Yes,
sure.
oh, for
I mean,
sure,
even
yes.
if you lower it, it's in a really tough price range
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So, but we're fans.
But it is, I mean, it's unique. You don't
Yeah.
see an Armagnac cask
Yes.
finish hardly ever as
Yeah.
far as American whiskey goes.
What are you getting on the nose?
You get the sweetness. I mean, there's sweetness from the whiskey itself, but then you get more of a kind of fruity sweetness. That's from the Armagnac.
Depends on how fast you sniff it.
It's also 108 108 point something proof.
108.5, yeah.
Yeah. So it's nothing to sneeze at as far as proof
Yeah,
wise.
it's interesting. It's kind
It's
of
nothing to sneeze
yeah.
at.
Don't sneeze at it.
Yeah.
Not on this podcast. How dare you?
No,
I
dare.
really-
It disturbs the ghosts.
There we
The
go.
spirits.
The spirit hunter.
Yeah. It
Uh,
contaminates the spirits.
yeah.
To me, it's the nose has got sort of two different things going on. It's actually very intriguing. The nose. There's some mellowness and richness. I definitely am picking up. At least I believe I'm picking up on a barley type smell to it.
Oh yeah.
But then there's like an orange citrus thing going on for me too, and
Yeah.
a little funk, that could be the barley.
I have to stand back from it. If I put my nose in there, it burns my nose pretty good.
'Cause
So, yeah, because of proof. If I stand back, I'm getting a little funk, and I think the barley is really what's
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
through
yeah.
for sure. I agree with that. And I'm not familiar with Armagnac, or even cognac very, very much in the flavor and the smell. So I don't know if that's coming through on the nose.
It does come through. It definitely comes through on the taste.
Okay.
Up front, you get the Armagnac up front a lot. And then it kind of fades to more of the barley and the proof.
Wow. This is an experience.
Yeah.
Interesting. The high proof is kind of strange here.
Yeah.
Because if what you're telling me is the Armagnac, it doesn't meld well with the proof. It's like kind of attacking me a little bit. So that was the first taste. Let me kind of gather my senses here, but
Yeah, I'm not sure if the proof is doing it any favors.
yeah. What do you think, Rick?
I definitely like that. That Armagnac influence is there, and that it's definitely early on, and we're not proof wimps here. I mean, we like our barrel proof stuff for
Yeah.
sure. You know, bottle and bond and above. You know, barrel strength, full proof. But I think the second half of the taste, the proof does get in the way a little bit.
Yeah, it comes through a little hot.
It's kind of my nose almost feels a little toasted from trying to get some smells from it. I'm having a hard time. I even still feel some tingling in my nose. It's kind of astringent.
Was that from a fast or a slow smell?
I did both. I think that was my problem. You got it. It's one or the other.
Oh, he's so good that one nostril's fast,
Yeah.
the other one's slow.
Exactly.
He's an ambinostril sniffer.
Yeah, this is interesting. So the nose is a no-go for me. I'm not enjoying the nose. I can't pick out too much stuff from it. So I'm going to rely on the taste, and my first experience was strange, so we'll give it a second go here.
See, after the taste, now going back to the nose, I get more of the barley. The barley comes through more now. And I like that. I actually like that a lot.
Okay, so on the palate, it was a little easier to digest this time, but the proof continues to burn my nose even as I'm drinking it. So I think the proof is a little high.
I've put some
Yeah,
drizzle, and it's like, oh,
yeah.
that tampers the proof down. And
I'm an American, so I'm going to refrain from doing that. I drink it as high proof as it can possibly be given to me.
I didn't know Che Guevara was American.
Little did you know, I'm actually a CIA plant.
Oh, I forgot to
taking
bring.
over.
I did get a book
What kind
for
of
you.
plant? Are you like a lily or a
Yeah.
poinsettia?
Uh-huh. Whatever the CIA
Plants.
does, it's my nickname.
I gotta get it. Actually, I saw it and I picked it up for you. It is literally Che Guevara's diaries
Oh, really?
from when he was young and rode motorcycle, and he became a physician and things like that. So he all over South America and
A
Central
man of many
America.
berets.
Yeah.
No. So I got it as a joke. Now I started reading it. So you'll get
This
it.
guy's got a lot of good ideas.
Yeah, that's right. How can I reach these kids?
You'll get it, but when I finish reading it, I started reading it and went, okay. Yeah, you can make fun. This is somebody.
He's got a maroon hat. He's got a
Yeah.
pink shirt.
I'm confused. You go over to the Eastern Bloc.
I was going to
and
say
then you are a fan of Che Guevara. What's going on here?
He can't talk. He was in the Eastern Bloc.
I didn't
for 3
realize
weeks.
You're a CIA plan. I'm a Spetsnaz
Yeah.
plan.
I'm there to disrupt, okay? I'm there for the false flags, all right? not to actually
Nice,
be a
dude.
communist like you guys. What is happening here? What happened to red-blooded Americans? Oh my God, what have we done?
It's like that meme with the astronauts. It's
Yeah.
like, wait, everyone has red blood. It's
Yeah.
been red the whole time.
And he has a hammer and sickle patch. Welcome to meme content.
Yeah.
Where we discuss all of the
Welcome
hot
to
memes.
Spirit Hunters.
Yeah.
And I like this spirit, but I honestly, I have put like 4, 5, or 6
I'm gonna have
drops
to.
of water in it,
So
and it that mellows it out, and it's rich and pleasant. And their Armagnac, the barley's there for sure,
Yeah.
but the Armagnac flavor, ooh, it's I'm a fan.
the proof is holding this back.
Right.
I think so, and that's what which is strange because I do enjoy high proof, and I'm having trouble on the nose on everything. So hopefully, with a little bit of water, I can
and
actually get something out of here.
different palettes and stuff too. That's okay.
But we all like high proof stuff. And when
Yeah.
I first saw 108, I was like, ooh, I was excited about it.
Mhm.
But it's actually detrimental, I think. I think it needs to be tampered down.
Well,
a
the
little bit.
beauty about high proof is you can
Lower it.
do something about
Which I did say in a previous episode. I don't know what episode it was, but I did say that distilleries should give us things at higher proof, and then I think they should give us guidelines on how
Instructions.
to
yeah.
dilute it.
Yeah.
Like that. If any distillery does that, that would be awesome. I want
Yeah.
if you guys know of a distillery that does do that, let us know because I want to try their
Well,
bottles.
remember we did that episode, I think, I don't know if it was solely on bakers, Jim Beam's Bakers or whatever, but it was made for a cousin,
Yeah,
Baker.
exactly.
And Baker drinks it because it's 107 proof. He puts some drops of water in it. I
Yep.
mean, so who it was actually made for,
Yeah.
he actually put some water in it.
Yeah.
So,
Now with the water, I can get way more of the barley.
yeah. Oh, barley shines.
On the nose.
Shines. Yeah. There's a little funk in a good way, like a little funk going on. But to me, it's rich. And then with the water, tasting it, it tones down that proof, and you
Oh
get
my
that
gosh.
richness a lot more.
This is a way different game. This is so much better with some water in
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like, folks, if you have this bottle, if you are gonna get this bottle, definitely this requires water. For sure.
So they were just calling me non-American for putting water in it, but yeah.
A clock is right twice a day. I think I said that
A
wrong.
broken clock is right twice a
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
Whatever,
Unless you're on military time.
Exactly.
Then it's once a day.
And I'm part of the CIA, so we're going military time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. I like that sweetness. There is a component of sweetness that you get from the Armagnac. That's kind of a light. It's not super fruity. But
No.
it's almost like a rum influence where it's just that kind of lighter sweetness, but it's not as sugar caney as a rum would be. So it's different. It's interesting. I love Armagnac. I like the Armagnac influence in this, but it doesn't come through as much as I would want it to. I don't know how long they finished it in an Armagnac cask. I would imagine not very long. I would want it to be more, personally.
Do we know the age of anything?
5 years.
Okay.
That 5 years. We don't know how long it was finished in the Armagnac.
So
Yeah.
it could have been
See,
3
and-
years and 2
well,
years in
my
Armagnac.
guess is it was months in an Armagnac.
Okay.
See that's what I hate across the board of all. I mean, they do that in Scotland too, where it's finished in this. Like, okay, was it finished for a week?
A day.
Yeah.
They poured it in and
just
poured
so you
it
can
out.
put it on the
Yeah.
label. Like, what does that mean? And I hate that.
Yeah.
I would much rather them say, okay, it was this many years in these barrels, and then this many years in this barrel.
Well, that's
Or-
what's nice about Scotch is when it's like, oh, Pedro Menace. Well, we all know what Pedro Menace Scotch tastes like, right? So you can kind of gauge if it's finished in something. Well, you can kind of know what you're going to taste. With the Armagnac, out of the three of us, I'd say you would know the most of what we're going to taste.
Yeah.
And I don't really know, and so it's kind of confusing to my palate because I'm trying to sift it out, and it's just coming off as a woody.
Well, and let me
Floral kinda
also
taste.
throw this out there. There is a very big difference between using barrels that are holding like fortified wine, so your sherry and port, because those are wines. Those are dark, sweet fruit notes that are influenced into that barrel. That's going to have a huge impact on whatever goes in there next. When you're doing Armagnac, rum, other hard alcohols, those, I mean, they have an influence on the wood, but they're not as rich. So it's going to affect whatever you put in there next a lot less. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
So this being in an Armagnac, I mean, it could have even been in that Armagnac cask for a while, but it's just not going to draw that much from it.
If I'm going to be honest, this bottle doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. And at the price range of what you would normally find it for, which is $100 or around $100,
No, it's not worth $100.
No way, Jose.
No.
I appreciate it being in an Armagnac, but already I think the proof should be lower. So that's a failure already.
Yeah.
Of the bottle, and I just don't know what it's going for. And maybe it's because of my ignorance of Armagnac, but
no. I agree with you. Dude, for $100, go buy an Armagnac.
Yeah.
You can buy an awesome Armagnac for $100.
You can get a pretty solid one for $50.
Yeah, I would rather do that.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Because especially when it comes to bourbon, I mean, you spend $100 on whiskey.
It better
in
be
general.
ballin'. Yeah.
Go get a Scotch. Go get the GlenDronach Batch 11.
Yeah, come on, son.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, exactly. Go put that up there. Because that is like $100 is a
to us that's a lot of money for a bottle of whiskey.
Exactly. And
and we drink a lot of whiskey.
Yeah, as you can tell, but that is a colossal giant, that's like the Greek gods battling, $100 range is some top tier stuff.
It better be an experience and blow my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, on a consistent basis.
In my mind, that is the actual final tier. Anything above that is kind of in like Bezos territory. Like, what you're gonna spend $300 for something like, sorry, like, yes, individuals, you might feel like that's worth it to you, but when you get past the $100 range, it kind of is ridiculous. That is already the Titan class.
Mm-hmm.
But every once in a while, like the gold spot and things, and the blue spot that were,
but
well
the gold
over,
spot's like 130.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm saying $100.
Yeah, no. You're not. Let's put it this way: this Armagnac finished Old Elk isn't brand new. I've never picked one up until I happened to stumble across one in a liquor store that said that liquor store was discontinued, so it was $65 or $60 some dollars or whatever. That's why I picked it up. I'm glad I did. I actually am enjoying this with water quite a bit. I do like Greg Metz and what he's doing. I do like that high barley mash bill with it or whatever. It's only 51% corn and then 34% malted barley.
Yeah.
Again,
we
that's
like their
unusual.
other stuff.
Yeah, no. It's. But if I'm being honest, I hadn't picked it up at $90 to $100 before because it's $90 to $100.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, folks, there you have it. We some hot takes going on here. Okay.
There is.
It's a strange bottle. And if you are interested in trying something kind of a little wacky, and if you can find it hopefully on discount like we did, then pick it up. Compare it to different things. Do an Old Elk lineup, right? Like, do a family tasting, things like that. That's what these distilleries that do all these different kinds of bottles, that's the special thing about them, is you can try them against each other to have something to relate it to, and it's fun, right? This is still, even though I don't personally like it, I like drinking whiskey. I like trying it, right? So for me, just the act of us hanging out, act of us drinking this together and trying to figure out what's going on, that is why we drink.
Yeah.
And hopefully that's why
not
you drink.
because our body needs it.
Hopefully. Anyways, so what are we drinking next? I didn't get a full pour.
Some station cognac.
He gave me a light pour, and I just feel like I was kind of gypped out of. I don't know. I just feel like it needs some.
My
more.
hand's shaking.
Let me get you some more.
All right, folks. You liked the episode because this was a fun one. We're bringing something different to the table, and just give it a little thumbs up. It's worth it.
It's so easy.
It's so easy, like he said. Okay,
it's a click.
DJ
Let us know your
Whoopee
thoughts. Yeah.
DJ Whoopee Kush said, like the episode.
Whoopee Kush.
All right, share it. It helps us out a lot if you share it. Go ahead and comment. Let us know. Have you had this before? Have you had their other things? Old Elk. just tell us what you want us to try next, because we're trying all kinds of things. I mean, this is Armagnac. No one's asking us to try this Armagnac. Well, tell us what you want to try, because we can go all over the place.
Yeah, too bad. We're going to try Armagnac next.
Yeah, now we're just doing Armagnac, and this is now a brandy podcast.
Armagnac content.
All right, folks. Take it easy.
Spirit honey.